say goodbye to the project. Goodbye, project. Good little jam. Got some new stuff I'm excited about. Yeah, a bunch of changes this time around. In the future, I'm gonna bring up the to-do list from last time with like strike throughs on the things that are done, but I forgot to do it this time. So yeah, some of the new stuff was in that jam. The main thing is modulation. So modulation, if you've ever used like an LFO in Ableton before, or maybe you've messed with modular stuff some, like Eurorack or whatever, it allows you to control a parameter with a signal. That makes sense. So if you think of like the parameters, here, bit's a good example. So this is the parameter at 0. I know it says a different number, but like under the hood, like there's a normalized value where this is 0 and this is 1, right? So if you have like some signal coming in, going 0 to 1, 0 to 1, it moves on its own. That's what this LFO does. And we can visualize it with the new scope. So by default, it's set to -1, 1, which is audio, but we can change it to a signal view, 0 to 1 here. So let's connect this to the scope, and we can see, so there's this sine wave, cosine wave, maybe, going up and down. And this is what happens when you connect it to a parameter. So let's go to bit and attach it to sample rate. And you can see it's moving with this. So when this goes to 0, the parameter goes to 0. When it goes to 1, it's at 1. And we can still, now we can't move the parameter on our own because it's like controlled, but we can still see the value on it. And we can change the range. So what if we want the minimum to be a little bit higher? So we don't want it to go all the way down. So we can actually just have it go to the halfway point, right? So if I set this to 50%, and we can add some jitter to it, give it a little bit of a spiky, and then we can smooth that out. And then there's all sorts of like, there's also depth, which kind of like brings it to the center, right? So it kind of like brings it in the middle. And there's saw up. So this one is just like a saw going all the way up, and saw down, saw going all the way down. So it jumps back to 1. Square, which is just like on, off, on, off. And we can change the rate of this, right? So now it's like super fast. The update rate for this is, I don't think it's 10 hertz. So it may not look like it's flickering fast, but it is indeed actually moving pretty quick. Yeah, we can see there's like some aliasing where maybe I could turn that up. I just don't want it to like lag the system or whatever. So I set it to a pretty low value. But yeah, maybe I turn that up. And then you can actually like see it flickering super fast. I'll have to look up like what JavaScript is capable of. Okay, and then there's random, which jumps around randomly. And this is cool because you can like smooth this, and now it's like a smooth motion all the way throughout, which is very cool. And you can go inception mode and LFO the LFO. So we've got a new LFO here. I'm going to assign it to the hertz of this LFO. So now the you can see the sine wave like going slow and then fast, and then let's turn off the smoothing so you can really see it. Yeah, oh cool. Right, so now this is modulating this, which is modulating this. You've got modulators. This is kind of like you could use this for like frequency modulation or something like that. But yeah, so not every device is currently capable of doing modulation stuff. I have to go through each of them and update them to support it, which is not super difficult, but it's a little bit, there's a lot of stuff now, so it's kind of time consuming. Also, let's hear this. Let's actually hear it. Let's get some sound going. It's for every bit. Yeah, it almost sounds like a DJ scratch or something. I'm gonna disconnect this because it's getting a little confusing. Let's bring it up a bit. cool. And now we can also use the scope to visualize the signal. This is not really what the scope was made for, but I gave it the ability to do this just for fun, but it's not super accurate. The main problem it has is, oh, you know what, let's do this. Let's disconnect it, it's a little low. So let's go to mix. Disconnect this from the master, bump the volume. A little better. But we can see it kind of getting more pixelated as the sample rate goes down. Yeah, scope wasn't really meant for audio stuff. It has a problem with like high frequency because I don't think the FFT size I'm taking is large enough or something. I don't know. I gotta figure it out. But it's mostly meant for this, like low frequency. And audio is a pretty high frequency. It contains a lot of high frequencies, so can't really do that very well. But it's cool. You can still like visualize your audio. Yeah, especially if we put like this in here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So you can see me lowering the frequency of it as I bring the pitch down, increasing it. Why does it look like it's like a DC offset or something? I gotta look into that. That's weird. Whoa. Huh. I never noticed that. Yeah, it's got like it's like above the. That's weird. I'll have to check that out. Something for the to-do list. Pull up the to-do list, actually. Yeah, finished bokeh's done, so we can cross that off. Basec gain knob. Let's also investigate what's going on with basec. What's happening there? Basec DC offset? Question mark? And I've created a new to-do list for modulation stuff because I've got to rewrite some of these controls. Yeah, context provider. Rewrite these. I just gotta finish this. I just gotta like set aside 30 minutes and just get it done. But yeah, there used to be like a. I wish I saved it so I could like show the crossed out stuff, but there used to be like a super big modulation to-do list. This was not easy to implement at all. This was actually, it took like three days to implement it or something like that. It was pretty intense. And I had to rewrite a bunch of how like the sliders and the knobs and the number boxes and the selectors all work and everything. But I think it's worth it because you can do some really cool stuff with it. Let's do another example. Before I forget, modulation. I need to. So right now the LFO device is like kind of free. It like moves on its own. It's not really synced to anything. I just need to add the ability for it to sync to the project BPM like a bunch of other stuff does. Nothing too crazy. Okay, let's do it on bokeh. Because bokeh's done. Forgot to show off bokeh. Bokeh is done. So it's like a random chord generator thing, and the guy's video who I was thinking of is Ned Rush. I put it in the description of the last video. Is who this design is inspired by. Okay, so oh yeah, I gotta update these. Hold on. So much to-do list stuff. Let's see. So we gotta do update bokeh knob render values, because that should say like hertz and not like also should be inside of the box. So update bokeh knob render values, and then bokeh hints. I think I forgot to do bokeh hints. Bokeh hints. Nice. Yeah, with the this is one thing I forgot to mention with the LFO. I want to put like an eyedropper in the future, so you can like click it and then like select a control and it will just auto snap to it, so you don't have to like go through a list. But for right now, what you can do is you can hover over one, and the hint menu will give you the name of it. So this one's called bit depth, right? So now I know that controls that. Okay, let's attach this to something here. Let's do, would be cool. So this like increases the complexity of the waveform, so it gets like brighter. And this is how the waveform is read, because what this thing's doing is like it's generating like a bunch of random notes and waveforms for those notes, and then like stacking them like chords in a pentatonic version of the current scale. Or you could do the regular 7-note scale. See, it's got those whatever I forget the degrees. I'm not good at music theory. But the mode is how the wave is interpolated. Interpolates between the points of the wave or whatever. So some of them have like a brighter sound. Like that one's got a bright sound, and this one's got like a kind of dimmer sound. This one's got like a, there's a bunch of different ways to fiddle around with it. There's a detune, which adds like some like strange detuning to it, so it kind of sounds out of key. Here's my favorite thing, is like the envelope. So now we can, right now it's like, you can think of this as like a triangle, where it's like going, the envelope, the envelope for the volume is going like up and then down. So in the center, it's like a perfect triangle. It's like up, down. You can kind of see it in the, so it goes up, down. But if we bring it all the way to the front, it'll just be like a right angle triangle, like dun. So it's like a chord strike almost. And if we do it the other way, it's like a reverse, and it drops, right? It just drops to nothing. Spread determines like this like Haas effect that's added to it. So this is like mono, same in both ears, but now this one delays it a little bit, so your ears hear it as stereo. And then the phase, which is like how fast it happens. So right now it's at a length of 1, which is 16 bars. So this is 1 bar. So this is linked to the project BPM, right? That's faster, but we can up it even more. We can do times 16, and then it goes really fast. It turns into like an ARP, which is super cool. Now it's like an ARP. We can change the octave. We can change the frequency. I know this thing's messed up. Give it that kind of 303 sound. Super cool. So let's modulate something on this. So let's get the scope out so we can see what our shape looks like. I'm feeling like maybe some sort of like random, smooth random, moving pretty quick. Some jitter. Yeah, that looks cool. And that could sound good on the frequency. But I don't want it on the whole frequency. I kind of want it on like just the lower part, so it's not opening too much. Go to bokeh, and let's attach it to frequency. Cool, so now we've got like movement, and it's totally random. So it's very like generative. You can see we can't control it anymore. We can still preview the value though. Maybe a slice on this. So that's the update. This is like kind of like the stable push of the project so far. I'm making a pretty big change in the next version, which I'm super excited to show. But it's not ready yet. I will show it soon, but it's super cool. It's like you can like you'll be able to like drag this thing around. It becomes like almost an infinite canvas. Not actually infinite, but you know what I mean. Like it becomes like a large canvas, so you have like more room. And you'll be able to create objects by like just hitting the N key for like new, and then typing in the object that you want. It's really cool. And it's kind of working, but it's not quite there yet. All right, to-do list. LFO sync. Okay, basic game knob. Just gotta get that done. I don't know what this is. I gotta investigate what was going on there. Update Bokeh render. Yeah, Bokeh hints. What else? What else? What else? What else? There's some modulation stuff. I think it still needs to get done, or it's pretty much done. Oh, I want to add like a. You know what I might do is I might just drop the saw up and saw down, and just make this like triangle and add like some sort of special parameter that like shifts where the, I don't know what you'd call this like this top part here. There's an object in Max that can do it called triangle, I think. Maybe it's like the duty cycle, but it's not. It can't be the duty cycle, I don't think. But it might be, because then this could just be cut down to one thing called triangle, which has like a. But then I need to like dynamically show some sort of special control only for triangle, and that's like, where would that fit? And then I need to add the sync, so I guess I need to add more room anyways. Yeah, something to figure out. Let me write that down. Like maybe triangle. Yeah, it could be cool. But yeah. Okay. That's pretty much it. I'm very excited for the next one of these. I hope I can finish it soon. Hopefully before the weekend, because then I can make another one of these videos and show what it is. But yeah. Where's our funny video of the day? Here we are. Check this out. This guy put up like a SpongeBob balloon. Look at this. He like attached like a note to it. And then he just sent up like a. There he goes. That's magical. Yeah, here's the full bob. Wow. And he just goes flying. It's a funny idea. I guess like whoever, I guess when it like pops or whatever, someone will like email the. I wonder if this guy ever got an email. This is an old video, 18 years ago, pretty old. Yeah, that's funny. All right, that is it for this one.